Welcome back to the channel, amazing viewers. It's your host J48, and I've got another thrilling game review lined up for you. This time we're diving headfirst into an epic combat-packed journey alongside the legendary duo, Kratos and Atreus, as they face off against the mighty Norse gods in God of War Ragnarok. So grab your axe, ready your arrows, and let's jump straight into this action-packed review. Developed by Santa Monica Studio and published by PlayStation Publishing LLC in 2022, God of War Ragnarok is a genre-defining action-adventure RPG that masterfully blends cinematic storytelling with deeply engaging gameplay. Set in the richly imagined world of Norse mythology, the game takes you on a gripping journey across the 9 realms of Yggdrasil, each filled with its own challenges, secrets, and stunning environments. This game's central narrative revolves around a prophecy left behind by the giants, one that foretells the coming of Ragnarok, a cataclysmic event destined to bring about the downfall of Asgard and the end of Odin's tyrannical reign. Odin, who is driven by the fear of his inevitable demise in Ragnarok and obsession with control, rules the 9 realms with a manipulative grip, using deceit and brute force to pursue his own selfish ends. In response, Kratos and Atreus set out to rally allies from across the realms, seeking to build a coalition strong enough to stand against Odin and his army. Wasting no time, the game picks up right where the previous God of War left off, opening with a dramatic and unforgettable sequence as Thor arrives at Kratos and Atreus' doorstep, setting the tone for the epic conflict to come. God of War Ragnarok's gameplay is truly in a league of its own, setting a new benchmark for the industry with its exceptional story, challenging combat, and the rich array of companions that accompany you throughout your epic journey. From the outset, the game offers an unparalleled narrative experience, one that captivates and immerses you on a deep emotional level. What sets Ragnarok apart from many games is its nuanced portrayal of the antagonist's perspective. While most games cast the villain as an unsympathetic force of evil, this game takes a unique approach by exploring their side of the story, offering you a deeper understanding of their motives. This thoughtful storytelling adds layers of complexity to the narrative, making it more than just a battle between good and evil. On top of that, the voice acting in Ragnarok stands out flawlessly, bringing the characters and their emotions to life. Whether it's the intense, heart-wrenching moments or the light-hearted banter, the performances truly pull you into the world, elevating the emotional stakes. And the addition of playable Atreus segments is a brilliant touch. These missions allow you to experience the story from Atreus' perspective, shedding light on his growth and the emotional weight of his journey. This dual narrative perspective not only enriches the plot but also gives you a more intimate connection to the story's progression. As for combat, God of War Ragnarok takes everything its predecessor built and ramps it up to a whole new level. The game introduces a host of more formidable enemies, each with unique attack patterns that require precision and strategy to defeat. Even some of the regular enemies prove to be tougher and more unpredictable than most of the boss battles, which speaks to the heightened difficulty and complexity of the combat system. That's not to say the bosses are any less daunting. This game delivers some of the most exhilarating boss fights in the series, with every battle offering a test of skill, timing, and endurance. With boss fights occurring frequently throughout the game, you must remain constantly on your toes, making the combat experience both thrilling and satisfying. Additionally, the game introduces a vast array of companions that travel with you on your journey across the 9 realms. These companions are far more than mere distractions or assistants in combat. They play integral roles in the narrative and offer valuable support during battles. Each companion brings their own unique abilities, making them essential to your success as you face off against increasingly dangerous foes. Their involvement in combat goes beyond simple assistance. They can hold their own, often defeating enemies with little help from you. This creates a more dynamic and engaging gameplay experience, as your companions feel like true partners rather than just sidekicks, delivering a more immersive and interconnected adventure that keeps you invested in both the story and action. The core mechanics of Ragnarok build upon the strong foundation laid by its predecessor, but this sequel introduces several standout features that meaningfully elevate both combat and gameplay variety. While the fundamental feel of movement, combat flow, and progression remains familiar, the inclusion of new companions and a powerful new weapon, the Draupnir Spear, adds a refreshing depth and complexity to the experience. As previously mentioned, one of the most exciting additions comes in the form of the expanded selection of companions, who bring their own unique skill sets and combat abilities. Their abilities can be used in synergy with your own, creating opportunities to unleash devastating combos, apply status effects, or manipulate enemy behavior. For example, when playing as Atreus alongside Angerboda, you can command her to hurl magical paint dust that marks enemies. These marked foes will then detonate when struck by Atreus's arrows, leading to a satisfying chain reaction of explosions. It's not just visually impressive, it adds a tactical layer that encourages experimentation and timing, making each encounter feel dynamic and rewarding. This focus on companion integration extends throughout the game, as each of them offers a new way to approach combat and obstacles, giving companions a much more impactful role in the game. Equally transformative is the introduction of the Draupnir Spear, a brand new weapon that fundamentally shifts the way you approach battles. Unlike the Leviathan Axe and Blades of Chaos, which focus on heavy strikes and crowd control respectively, the Draupnir Spear brings precision, speed, and versatility to your arsenal. It allows for rapid jabs, long-range throws, and most impressively the creation of infinite spear copies that can be remotely detonated for massive area of effect damage. This mechanic alone introduces a new rhythm to combat, encouraging you to set traps, control space, and time their detonations for maximum effect. Moreover, the Draupnir Spear can absorb elemental energy from enemies, which can then be infused into your attacks. This opens up a wide range of strategic possibilities, allowing you to adapt to different combat scenarios and enemy weaknesses on the fly, making the Draupnir Spear an amazing combat tool that expands what you can do during battles. While God of War Ragnarok retains much of the familiar structure and feel of its predecessor, the side content has seen a remarkable leap in both quality and quantity, making exploration more rewarding and immersive than ever before. Though the core elements of side activities remain intact, including collectibles, optional areas, and world exploration, the improvements to side quests, known in-game as favors, challenging boss encounters, and hidden enemies elevate the overall experience in a way that feels purposeful and compelling. One of the most noticeable upgrades comes in the form of the favors themselves. In the 2018 God of War, side quests were relatively few and often straightforward, but Ragnarok dramatically expands on this concept. Not only are there significantly more favors available, but each one is fleshed out with its own rich backstory, emotional stakes, and often cinematic quality storytelling. Some even result in permanent changes to the world itself. For example, one memorable quest has you restore the flow of water by releasing it from a dam, which not only transforms the environment visually but also reshapes how you navigate and interact with that area moving forward. This level of environmental interactivity reinforces the sense that your actions truly matter, lending weight to even the optional content. Beyond favors, Ragnarok introduces thrilling new combat challenges in the form of Berserker battles, a spiritual successor to the Valkyrie fights from the previous game. Scattered across the realms are gravestones that, when disturbed, summon the spirits of ancient berserkers, fierce warriors who present some of the most demanding fights in the game. Each berserker has their own fighting style, moveset, and arena layout, requiring you to adapt and fine-tune your strategy. These encounters are designed to push your skills to the limit, testing your mastery of the game's mechanics, weapons, and companion synergy. Beating them isn't just satisfying, it's a badge of honor if you are seeking a true test of your endurance and reflexes. In addition to the berserkers, Ragnarok also spices up its side content with optional boss hunts, offering you the thrill of discovering and taking down unique creatures hidden across the realms. These fights may not always reach the difficulty of the berserker duels, but they make up for it in creativity and variety. These optional bosses often feature enemy types that you won't commonly encounter in regular gameplay, adding freshness to each fight. This helps maintain a sense of adventure throughout your playthrough of Ragnarok, ensuring that exploration is consistently met with rewarding and surprising content. The visuals in God of War Ragnarok are nothing short of breathtaking, elevating the experience with some of the most stunning and immersive environments seen in modern gaming. The 9 realms are masterfully crafted, each one boasting a distinct atmosphere, visual identity, and environmental storytelling that draws you deeper into the world with every step. From the moment you enter a new realm, the sheer artistry on display grabs your attention and refuses to let go. Each realm feels like its own living and breathing world, rich in detail, color, and texture. Whether you're walking through the serene sun-drenched fields of Vanaheim, where lush vegetation sways gently in the wind, or navigating the frozen wastelands of Midgard, where snow crunches underfoot, and distant mountains loom with a foreboding presence, Ragnarok continually surprises you with its visual variety. These visual masterpieces not only push graphical boundaries but also enhance the emotional and narrative impact of the journey, ensuring you remain visually captivated throughout every realm you visit. One of the most noticeable and frustrating issues I encountered during my playthrough of God of War Ragnarok was the vulnerability that comes with executing light and heavy runic attacks. While these special moves are visually impressive and capable of dealing significant damage, they unfortunately lock you into lengthy animations during which Kratos becomes completely immobile and defenseless. This design choice creates a noticeable imbalance in the flow of combat, especially when facing aggressive or numerous enemies. Unlike many modern action games that incorporate animation canceling, invincibility frames, or defensive interrupts during special moves, Ragnarok offers no such flexibility. Once a runic attack begins, you're fully committed and unable to block, dodge, or respond to sudden enemy behavior. Meanwhile, enemies retain full mobility and can freely attack from any angle, often mid-animation. This often results in taking heavy, unavoidable damage or even dying outright due to being locked into a move you can't escape from, which creates a lot of frustration in God of War Ragnarok's combat system. Overall, God of War Ragnarok delivers an exceptional gameplay experience that sets a new benchmark for action-adventure games. With its emotionally rich and narratively compelling storyline, elevated combat mechanics, and visually stunning environments, the game seamlessly blends storytelling and gameplay into a deeply immersive journey through the 9 realms. One of Ragnarok's greatest strengths lies in its expanded combat system. The introduction of the Draupnir spear and the inclusion of multiple, uniquely skilled companions significantly increased the variety and strategy available during encounters. Also, the game makes meaningful improvements to its side content. Favors are no longer simple distractions but fully fleshed out stories that contribute to the world building and character development. Visually, the game is nothing short of a masterpiece. Each realm is crafted with meticulous attention to detail, offering a diverse palette of environments that range from lush jungles and sparkling lakes to icy wastelands and volcanic forges. That said, Ragnarok isn't without its flaws. One noticeable frustration is the inability to cancel out of long runic attack animations, which can leave you vulnerable to incoming attacks, disrupting the otherwise fluid and responsive combat. Despite this, God of War Ragnarok is a masterclass in modern game design. The depth of its story, the weight of its characters, the challenge of its enemies, and the sheer polish of its world come together to create an unforgettable experience. Whether you're a returning fan or completely new to the franchise, this game stands strong on its own and offers something truly special. My final verdict for this game is a solid 9.5 out of 10. God of War Ragnarok is not only a worthy sequel, it's a game that raises the bar. It's a must-play for anyone who appreciates rich storytelling, deep combat, and high-quality world-building because once you pick up the controller, you won't want to put it down. Thank you so much for tuning in. If you had a blast watching this video, don't forget to give it a thumbs up and hit that subscribe button to join our awesome 48th century community. We'd love to have you on board, and also don't be shy, drop us a comment below and let us know your thoughts. We're all ears and can't wait to hear from you.